Hello everyone, welcome to another guest internet instructional video. This is part of a series of videos that explains how to configure the guest internet controller. So please see all the other videos in this series. Before you start configuring a guest internet controller, you must download the configuration guide. This is available from our website, from the WispZone website. It tells you how to connect the equipment. It also tells you how to go through the setup wizard to initialize the product. And finally, it tells you how to log in as the administrator. Now, if you want to do any type of configuration, the first step is to log in as the administrator. And so when we log in as the administrator, we see the system information page that is shown on your screen here. Now, regarding the features, I'm going through a list of advanced settings, and the feature I'm going to talk about today is upgrading your firmware. Now, if you have an older product, then you may well need a firmware upgrade. If you have a new product, then the firmware gets updated automatically from our server. And so you need to check with us if you have an old firmware. And that check is done by going to the guest internet website, look at the menu at the top. You'll see one of the items in the menu is called support. Click on that, and then it will request information. So you provide the information that's listed there, and then send a message to our email address, support@guestinternet.com. And we ask for three things: the model number, the serial ID of the product, and the current firmware version. So when you provide that information, we can then locate the correct firmware upgrade for you. Now, you'll appreciate that we have a lot of firmware upgrades because not only do we have quite a broad range of products, but products are updated frequently because the manufacturers of the chips launch new chips faster, more capacity. And so every couple of years, a product is upgraded to have the latest technology, the latest chips. And so that requires a different firmware version for those chips. And so when you provide the information that we request, we're able to locate exactly the firmware upgrade that you need. Okay, so once you've requested a firmware upgrade, within a few hours, you're going to receive a link to download the firmware. So you download that to your computer, and then you log in as the administrator. We go to advanced settings. We scroll all the way down to the upgrade firmware, and we choose the file on the computer. Okay. Now, this is the file that you've just downloaded. Maybe you downloaded it to the desktop, in which case you're going to pick it up from the desktop. And once you've selected the file, you click on firmware upgrade. Now, once you've clicked firmware upgrade, do not touch the computer again until it tells you that it's completed. If you interrupt the firmware process, what will happen is that you will misconfigure the product and you will not be able to use it. So it's very important that you do not touch any control after you've clicked upgrade firmware. Okay. After a couple of minutes, you'll see an instruction, click here to reboot. Then you can click the instruction to reboot, but do not click anything before then. Okay, remember, if you interrupt the upgrade process, then what will happen is the product will malfunction or not work at all. Okay, so it's very important that you do not touch anything until the firmware update process is completed. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video. Please look out for other videos in this series. If you have any questions, send us an email and we'll be very happy to help you out. So thanks again for watching and see you next time.